joining us today. I want to go ahead and get this started. I want to welcome everyone for tuning in. And if you happen to be catching this on the replay, we want to make sure that you also understand that just get back with the person who invited you to watch this video real quick. So I want to start out by telling you guys why we're always screaming from the rooftops about what this Thrive thing is. So this is how it works. It's 3 simple steps that start right here. Women's and men's capsules. We keep these on our bedside table and take them as soon as we wake up in the morning. We like to say before our feet hit the floor, with a nice full 16 ounces of water, and then off we go. A lot of times people hop in the shower, but it's up to you what your morning routine is. About 20 minutes later, we want you to mix up your yummy lifestyle mix. And when I say yummy, you guys, I'm not kidding. One of my problems when I was starting Thrive was worrying about this being a really gritty, hard to, drink shake, because every other shake I'd ever tried was. So we have a lot of different flavors. These are 3 of them: vanilla, strawberry, this is my personal favorite, and chocolate. We also have apple pie, candy cane, and pumpkin spice. So we really do have something for everyone when it comes to flavors that excite you. And you can always take this one and mix fruit into it, or use almond milk, coconut water, coconut milk, regular milk, a variety of different juices to mix your lifestyle mix, and off you go. About the time you get done with your morning routine, before you leave your house, don't forget, this is the DFT foam. It sticks onto a lean, clean area of skin. Upper arm, shoulder blade, all are great places for you to wear that. This is the regular variety. This one's black label. Sylvia, are you wearing regular, or is that an ultra? Regular? Okay. So we all have our favorites. As you can see, Lavelle provides a number of different options. And this one is my favorite. This one, for whatever reason, gives me focus, patience, and stamina for the day. So and we play around with those a lot. There's a new one coming out it's actually out. It launched a couple days ago. It's called TAC, for Thrive Against Cancer. It is not in any way something that you wear to prevent getting cancer. What it is a really philanthropic DFT launch by our company that is going to consistently, as it's sold, provide donations to various different cancer organizations. This month is one of my favorites, colorectal cancer research. Both of my parents died of colon cancer, so that one's really close to my heart. I'm so grateful to see the company expanding its base of donations. It just makes me really feel good to be a part of who they are. So keep that in mind. The TAC DFT foam is going to be the strongest weight management DFT ever launched. So more about that as we all get ours and get on here and shout about them from the rooftops. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce my friend Jennifer. Jennifer started Thriving with me a few months after I started. I'm going to let her tell you her story. Jen?
Well, hi everybody. Yeah, like Marcy said, I started a couple months after her. Because of her. She had started this and knew that it was something that I probably needed, because we've been best friends for more years than I can even remember. We've been best friends. So she knew me probably better than I knew myself. And she gifted me as a Christmas gift a month of Thrive, knowing that if she did not give me a whole month, I probably would not stick with it. So that was her gift to me, and what an amazing gift it was. It took me a little while. Everybody's different in how they, how it works with them, but it took me a little while to start seeing the benefits. It was probably, I don't know, 5-6 days into, and I woke up without my alarm clock, which was amazing. I get up at 4:30, between 4 and 4:30 every single morning, have to be to work at 6. So yeah, I'm an early riser, and it was amazing to wake up that early. I would say probably, I don't know, 5 days after that or so, my daughter, who was 14 at the time, she's gonna turn 18 here in a couple months. So scary, but she looked at me and said, Mom, don't you ever stop taking this. Her and I, we clashed heads. We couldn't go anywhere together. We fought over the littlest possible things, and we hadn't been fighting. And so that was a big sign to me that, hey, I can maybe make it through until she's an adult. So yeah, and she has been, I've got her starting to thrive with me. She's, going to be 18 here. She's got a lot on her plate going too, and she needed something to boost her energy and not energy, but keep her mind straight and keep her focused on things and stuff. And that's what it's doing for her also. A lot of other great things that have happened to me with Thrive is, I know that 2020 was hard for everybody because of the COVID. It was really hard on me to the point where I didn't feel I could focus on my Thrive at the time. And so I put it on the back burner for a while. And that's one of the amazing things about Thrive is I knew I needed it back. And they are a company that doesn't judge. I mean, I took my time off, and when I was ready to come back, it was log back into my account, order again, and I'm good to go. And, I'm getting all the benefits back again. So everybody's lives are different. Take it one step at a time, and you'll realize that this is something that you really do need. And like I said, I noticed when I didn't have it, I was more tired, I was more moody, I was, my days just did not go well. So Thrive is an amazing, amazing thing for me. So that's my
Thank
story.
you, Jen. I love your story so much. And I love that I was a part of that with you. And not only have I been a part of her becoming a thriver, but she joined me in business a few months after that. And so she's also my travel buddy when we go to Lavelle events. And I just love watching her, you know, again, 2020 was hard on a lot of us. Finances changed for a lot of people. And she's recently started back on her Thrive experience after a few months away. And she texted me and said, yeah, I feel like me again. And I love that whole that just makes my heart huge. So thank you for that, Jen. I'm going to go ahead and introduce Alicia to you now. Now, she's my direct sponsor in the business. My friend Mary introduced me to Alicia 4 years and 4 months, 4 years and 5 months, October of 2016 is when I started my own personal Thrive experience, thanks in large part to this lady here. Alicia?
Well, hello. Thanks for having me, Marcy. I always love the opportunity to come on and see my sisters and also share what Thrive has done for me. I was pretty actually hopeful. I know Marcy was a huge skeptic. And I think for me, I was just at a place in my life where I was just tired, worn out, exhausted, just really praying for something to help me feel better. I kind of just chalked it up to I was in my 30s and this is the way life was meant to be. And little did I know that 3 simple steps would change so much for me. So my friend Marlene Taylor had reached out to me, sent me a sample. And I think most of us started on like a 3-day sample where, we got that product. Yep, those 3 simple steps into our bodies, and kind of the rest is history. So for me, simplicity, it needed to be easy for me to stick to it. 3 steps in the first 20 minutes of my day, I'm like, I can do that. I'm too busy to remember all these things throughout the day, which a lot of the things we've tried, we can't do it because we can't remember to take all the things. So the fact that it was 3 steps in the first 20 minutes of my day, that was huge. So day 1, I took my capsule. 20 minutes later, I took my shake. And I actually remember as I was drinking my shake, just kind of feeling this sense of calmness come over me. At the time, I was kind of in management. So every morning before work, I would just almost make myself sick, just anticipating all the drama I was going to have to deal with when I got into work. And I just dreaded it. I dreaded my day. And then knowing that by the time I would get home, I wouldn't have much left over for my family. Like the most important people to me, I wasn't giving them the best of me like I knew I should be. So on that first day, took my capsule, drank the shake, put my DFT on, definitely felt an extra pep in my step. By about day 3, 4, actually, I think it was on day 4, I remember I had so much energy, and not like a jittery, weird, like cracked out energy, but just a smooth, like, okay, the sun's shining, I'm feeling good. And I remember actually thinking, I don't think I'm going to be able to sleep tonight. Like, I was actually kind of worried that I wouldn't be able to sleep. And lo and behold, when it was time to turn my brain off, I slept like a baby. I slept so good. By about day 5, my husband actually had mentioned, you haven't complained of a headache recently. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're right. I haven't had a headache. And so all these things started adding up. By about day 7 or 8, I woke up before my alarm clock, which was unheard of. My husband and I would fight every morning just trying to get me out of bed. He's a morning person, so he's like, let's get up. And I'm like, but I can. So when I woke up before my alarm clock, I knew for sure not only did I need this in my life, but I wanted to share it with everyone I knew and everyone I loved. Everyone needed this. And some people will be like, well, I don't want to have to take something or rely on something for the rest of my life. Well, we rely on water, don't we? Like, to me, premium nutrition is something we need, we just don't get. Like, back in the day, before all the crap they started putting in our foods, maybe you could get the nutrition you needed with just your foods, but nowadays you can't. So anyway, that's kind of my story. I jumped in. I knew not only did I need to get it for free, I don't think you talked about that yet, Marcy. So I'll just really quick cover it because it's part of my story. I had that mama guilt where I'm like, I can't spend money on myself. And when my friend Sylvia, who's actually right there, told me I could get it for free by sharing it with 2 people, I thought, okay, well, that's a no-brainer. I know so many people that need this. So I'm like, okay, now what? And she's like, well, you're thriving for free. Congrats. I'm like, well, what else? I got like 6 other people that want it. So that's when she told me I could click that little promoter button and it was free to promote. And not only could I thrive free, but I could earn commissions and actually earn a bonus in my first 2 weeks, which was between $600 and $1,200 by simply getting more people thriving with me. So basically that's what I did. And that's the opportunity we all have here. We get paid weekly. I mean, it's amazing. It's a win-win-win. And I'm just in love with my Thrive life. All I need is a whole lot of Jesus and a little bit of Thrive, and I'm good to go.
You know what? I never get tired of hearing you talk about Thrive because you bring a lot of passion to the topic. And I never would have met this beautiful lady or the next one who's going to speak to us either if it weren't for Lavelle and the Thrive product that they market, because I live in South Dakota, as does my bestie Jen over here. And everyone else on here today is all from, the Seattle, Washington area. And we never would have met, but now they're like family to me. And I can't imagine my life without them in it. So that's just one more benefit. When she talked about drinking her shake that first day, how like a sense of calm came over her. You guys, this is me. This is my favorite part. I can't wait every single morning to sit down, get up, take my capsules, get my shake ready. And then I like to sit down and enjoy this the way I used to enjoy my big giant cup of coffee, that rev my morning. That now I do this instead to rev my morning. And I like to sit down and sort of take a little bit of time to sort of calmly approach my day and have my shake while I'm sort of, either maybe I'm looking at the news, or maybe I am sending out messages, or most likely what I'm doing is planning the rest of my day. And I just love that part of my morning. I can't imagine life without that anymore. So that's my favorite thing, the shake. And I kid you not, I know this sounds cliche, but as I drink it, I feel myself feel better. It's like this, it's like, so imagine if you're looking at something on the internet and then suddenly you're able to see it in HD, high definition. For me, that's the difference. It's like old-fashioned TV, high definition TV. I get to live life in high def now, and it makes all the difference for me. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce my friend Sylvia. Sylvia and I had formed a short relationship on the phone before I ever became a promoter with Thrive. But that's our story. I'll let her tell you hers. Sylvia?
Yeah, when I found Thrive, I was looking for a quick answer to possibly some of the stuff I was struggling with. I had been sleeping my days away. My whole body hurt from head to toe. When you have that kind of ache or discomfort within the body, it's not just a headache that debilitates you, it's a whole body that debilitates you. And just like Alicia, I can't get out of the bed. Like the alarm and the snooze button can be hit 9 times, but I just can't get out the bed. And there would be many days that I would get off to a late start for myself or my kids. And I just remember just the whole day would go wrong. Like it's one of those things where it's like, you stub your toe, then you're late, then you beat yourself up because you're late. And then it's just this repetitive downward spiral throughout the day of you kicking yourself for being such a loser. And so I remember just like going through that in my mind. Like I think we're the worst critics of ourselves, but I just remember like that was my life. Like I was always never enough mom, never enough wife, never enough anything for anyone. Cause I just like my whole thought was survival. Like I just wanted to get out of bed. I just wanted to eat. I just wanted to take a shower. Just need to get the kids to where they're going. And like, just breathe. Like I just never could, like ever. And so my friend posted, something on Facebook that I'm loving this all day energy and mental clarity that I'm having. And so for one, I was awake, and that was rare because I was sleeping like 16 hours a day. When I added it up after Thriving, I was sleeping like 12 hours at night. And then every single day to function before the kids came home from school, I was taking 4-hour long naps. And so the house was getting like forgotten. The chores were getting not done. When I woke up from my nap, it was, oftentimes I remember, just trying to decide if I wanted to eat lunch or take a nap, because like to me, both of them were important to function like completely. And I was a Starbucks queen. I had the highest membership at Starbucks. I used to go there, spend $6 and $7 and $8 a day, including what the kids wanted. And I found myself not getting what I was expecting for the money, but I was just hoping, I was having that hope that it would. And so with Thrive, I was really kind of skeptical that it would work because I had tried every single supplement out there and I wasn't expecting this one to be any different. And but it does what it does. And for me, I think God just knows it needs to happen quick, or she's just going to fall asleep and never touch it again. And so for day one, I had that all day clean energy, like an alert, like happy feeling. It is like sunshine. It's hard to describe until you do it yourself. And that's what we all want for you. But that shake, like Marcy said, that ultra micronized lifestyle mix is my absolute favorite thing to do, to enjoy every single day. And it's so funny because that is the thing that my team will ask me before they bombard me, because a lot of them are all over the place, in different time zones. So before they bombard me, a lot of times they'll ask me if I've had my shake, like, because they don't even know what time it is, half the time they're like, gosh, I don't want to bombard her before she's even up for the day. But my shake is just, it is like drinking sunshine. I absolutely love that step. And and I am picky. Like I am picky, I am skeptical, I am stubborn, and I will admit all of those things. But that shake, there's nothing better that I've ever tasted. And my two favorite, well, for the first year that I was thriving, I was, there really only vanilla was an option. That was it. Like, so I got like 150 recipes for vanilla if you ever want them. But then strawberry came out, and then candy cane came out, and then pumpkin pie and apple pie and pumpkin spice. And so there's all these other ones, but like, honestly, it's the best thing, ever. And then the DFT, and then this helps with my inflammations. It helps me from having to be like with all these aches and discomforts that completely debilitated my life from living. Instead of like being awake and enjoying and smiling with all of you and hearing all your stories and just loving your passion for the product that I'm passionate about, like I wouldn't be that today if I hadn't said, yeah, I'll try it. I wouldn't be who I am or awake even right now if I hadn't said, you know what do I have to lose? And in the beginning, it was hard for me to make that choice for my health, because as moms, we always put ourselves last, for the spending. You know, if we have $300 left in the budget, the last person that gets anything is mom, and likely mom doesn't get anything. And but then I had this realization that I was actually spending more than what Thrive cost at Starbucks, and I wasn't seeing results. And then I also was having a Pepsi in the afternoon. I don't know how much that cost. And I was also buying vitamins that I didn't feel working. The only thing they did is made my pee neon green. So I knew they weren't being absorbed. So actually with the Thrive, I learned more about it because people were kept asking me questions. And since it's 95 to 97% more absorption, our body doesn't have that neon pee. Our body is getting the nutritional gaps filled. It has over 100 vitamins and minerals. It has pro and prebiotics and digestive enzymes. It gives us that all day clean energy, that mental clarity, the best sleep we've ever had, that allows us to perform at that level that we have in our heads that we think we could be for not only ourselves, but for everyone. And as women, we carry so much on our shoulders all of the time. And so for me, it was a no-brainer, as you can tell, I'm passionate, that I was going to tell people about it. And when my friend told me, just like I told Alicia, you know, you tell a couple of friends, you can get it for free. That's what my friend told me. She's like, tell a couple of friends and you can get it for free. Well, that was a necessity for me because I was unemployed at the time finding this. I went from a double income home to a single income home overnight, got laid off from my job of 19 years through a reorganizational corporate takeover that was really ugly and toxic. And I was actually let go and, you know, laid off. And so that was a shock. But at the same time, I was going through so many health problems that I hadn't really gotten a handle of, but I knew that there was an answer out there for me. And so my hope was in this. My hope was, well, what do I have to lose? I can't get any worse than I am now, right? So I just started with a mini experience, like we all talked about, the 3 simple steps, the capsules, the shake, the DFT, on a mini sample pack like that with 3 days. And like I said, God just knows, like, you better make it work or lives won't change, you know, like just period. That's how she's gonna roll. And it worked. Like I said, day one, I was lucky. I felt it day one. I had all day energy, and then that clarity kicked in, and then that sleep kicked in, and the snoring of my husband and bulldog didn't keep me up all night. And then went 2 weeks into it, when I noticed my aches and discomforts disappearing, I was able to run up and down the stairs without the audible sound of my knees, just like horrible. And then I, about just kept thriving because it's an 8-week experience. I was thriving free on top of it. And I just kept telling people about it. And I told my promoter, who's my friend Christina, I told her, I said, what do I do when people want this? Because this is not like a business plan where you buy a garage full of stuff and then you've got an abundance of product. That's not how this works. You buy your stuff, you take it. It's for you. But I go, what do I do with these people that want this? Like, she goes, what people? And I go, well, after you get it for free, then what? Like, just like Alicia said, then what now? Because, we had accomplished that. That was easy. And because we love this product, like, we can't stop talking about it. And so then she goes, well, how many people do you have? And then I told her, and she goes, well, you can make, if you're interested, you can be a promoter for free, or you could stay a customer and thrive for free for the rest of your life. Either way, I'm happy for you. And I go, well, what does the promoter have to do? She's like, the same thing you're doing right now, talking to people about Thrive. She goes, there's like no website fees. There's no like monthly fees. There's no email fees. There's no marketing fees. There's nothing. She's like, but you have the opportunity, if you want to, make up to like $1,400 in your first 2 weeks. It's up to you. She's like, it's like $1,320. Some of it is like $200 is credits for product. And I was like, oh, well, that's easy. And then she's like, well, yeah, well, you already have people asking you for it. She's like, it's up to you if you want to help them order it. It's up to you if you want to help them take it correctly. And then you make that money. But if you don't want to make that money, I'm happy to just send them to me. And I was like, that's a no-brainer. was like, why would I leave money on the table? Like, I have people who want this product because I am in love with the product. And they're like, when I told them I don't drink Starbucks anymore, around here, people look at you like you've got two heads, because that's insanity. Like no coffee, no soda pops, no energy drinks. Are you nuts? We're in like shades of gray every single day for like every season except for a week of summer, you know? But when you have Thrive on the inside, you are summer, personally. So I think that's it. Is that all you wanted me to share? Sorry to come on in here and
Oh no,
tell my story
Sylvia,
and take
that's
forever.
great. I always love to listen to you talk. And my favorite part about you is that giggle. Oh my gosh. I remember the first conversation we were having on the phone, and I heard that and I fell in love with you like that quick.
I know. And Marcy, I thought I was on my she was on my team already, and she was just telling a bunch of people as a customer. And then Alicia, she was thrown in my lap to help her get her bonuses, and I hadn't met her, but it turns out that I may have. We still aren't really sure if we did, but next thing you know, I'm like, hey, how's your number in my phone? This is really weird. And yeah, so we locked arms, and she got all her bonuses, and yeah.
I was so excited to find out that I could, because it is free to be a promoter. There's no fees, there's no web fees, there's none of that. So sell it or don't. I mean, you can earn the bonuses or not, as long as you get your product for free, you're still a winner, right?
Hey,
so
we're just happy
you share that with a few more people.
We're just pretty excited that you feel amazing. That's it.
I know. Right. So I was so excited because you guys, it sounds so cliche, but we all talk about, we can feel our vitamins working, but we can every day feel them. Yeah. And that's a huge deal for me. I was different than a lot of these guys who were mamas still raising their families. I've told every one of them, I wish I had Thrive when I was raising.
Oh my gosh. Kids. If I had this when I had twin toddlers, are you kidding? I'd have been way less beat up by myself.
I've been so grateful to have this in my life as a granny. I'm a granny, I'm the grandma on the team. I'm 60. I think I might be the oldest one of all y'all. I know I am. But anyway,
this number.
It is, because my personal story goes a lot like, I was 55 and I was spending my life either working or sitting in my chair waiting to go to bed, right? And then getting up tomorrow and working and sitting in my chair, and all
sounds like Groundhog's Day
was getting to Friday so I could have the weekend to rest up, right?
Yeah.
And I don't do that anymore. It's so much more than that now. Life is so much more than that. And so, I mean, I've been at this on Facebook Live talking to people everywhere I go for 4.5 years, because I literally got my life back, in a lot of ways. And that meant something to me. I remember calling Alicia in tears from Georgia my first Christmas on Thrive when I decided to become a promoter, because I was the last one in bed at night and the first one up in the morning. My baby granddaughter was the light of my life, and I was down on the floor playing with my 15-month-old grandson, Itsy Bitsy Spider, remember? And as we would do that, I could stand up with him and jump up and down, and I was crying over being able to do that again in my life. And it meant something to me. And that's why we share this, all of us. And the first part for me that I had, the hurdle I had to climb, was that at the time I was introduced to Thrive, I couldn't afford to just buy the product for myself and my husband, who is another whole part of my story that I'll tell you guys another day, because, we just couldn't afford it. And so when I found out I could get my product for free just by referring 2 people, that was like, oh, I can do that. That's easy, because I've already got
you were already doing it before you decided to promote. I was like, wait, you're joining the team? I thought you were on the team. What's going on?
Yeah. And so I was all practiced up to become a promoter way before I ever did. It worked out. And that's the thing that I want to really emphasize here. If you're a customer looking to get your product for free, you don't have to know anything, because all these women on here know something. And all you have to do is get their information to us and connect us to them, and we'll tell them what they need to know. You don't have to worry about that. And if you are a person who's a customer who thinks, wow, this really is great stuff, I think maybe I might want to promote, you don't even have to know anything to promote. I didn't know squat, right? Nope. I relied on the people on my team who already had been successful, because it's a 100% duplicatable business.
Yep.
And that's the beauty of their business plan with this particular product. So
Yep.
if someone has invited you to watch this video today, I want you to understand that they don't want anything from you. They want you to feel as great as we feel every day. So get back with that person. We can get this into your hands within a few days. You know, all of us on here, I think, with the exception of my bestie over here, Jen, started with the sample pack. And oh, not you,
No.
Jess. Okay. Some of us just dove in and got that first month because, you know, maybe not everybody realized that, you know, just 1 or 2 days isn't going to be enough, but sometimes it's just worth diving in for that first month. And I paid for my first month of Thrive in October of 2016, and I have been getting my product for free ever since. And so is my husband. So that's kind of a big deal. So if you're skeptical, if you're concerned, if you have questions, get back with one of us who is on here today, who shared this with you, and we will get you informed and we'll get product into your body, because that's what it takes. I don't know what it's going to do for you. I know what it does for me, and I can talk about that literally all day long, right? But I don't know what it's going to do for you. It's going to be amazing, though. I can promise you that. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close out for today. I'm going to ask my team here to hang out with me for a few more minutes. But if you are a person with questions, literally, we are the women with the answers for you. Okay. Have a great day, everybody. TGIF,
Bye.
happy Friday.